A CEO invites a black maid to play chess against him in his office as a joke. He never thought that she would agree. But when she agreed, he was stunned by her move. People like the CEO think that they are always smarter than everyone around them, especially those who work for them. They think that their employees are not smart enough and just exist to make the bosses richer. This is why they often play tricks on them, to prove their superiority. However, what this CEO didn't know was that messing with the wrong person could cost him dearly. He had no idea that the so-called stupid maid knew something that would make him regret his actions. Let's find out more in today's video. Susan was a hard-working young woman who worked as a part-time maid. She had a very busy schedule, but she always made sure that she did her job well. She liked her boss, Mr. Williams, even though he sometimes acted strangely. One day, Mr. Williams asked Susan to come to his office to do some cleaning. He usually did this when he wanted to be alone without anyone knowing. This time was no different. He had been working on a very important project lately and had been spending most of his time in his office. He had asked Susan to come in so that he could have some company. He thought that having someone else in the room would help him to stay focused on his work. However, he had not expected what came next. After Susan had finished cleaning the office, Mr. Williams asked her if she would like to play a game of chess with him. He thought it would be funny to play a quick game with the maid and then send her back to work. He had never played chess before, but he thought that it would be difficult to beat a maid who had probably never played before. "I don't know how to play," Susan replied. "Oh, it's very simple," Mr. Williams said. "Just do whatever I do, and you'll be fine." Susan thought about it for a moment. She didn't really want to play chess, but she couldn't say no to her boss, so she agreed to play. Mr. Williams was very happy. He'd won the first point already, and all he had to do was to make Susan lose the game. It was very easy. All he had to do was to keep track of the moves and make sure that he didn't lose. He was confident that he would win, but he had no idea what was going to happen next. The game started, and Susan made her first move. Mr. Williams was very surprised. He'd expected her to lose the first move, but she had actually won. He tried to focus on the game, but he couldn't help but feel like he was being watched. He kept making mistakes and losing points. Soon it was clear that he was not going to win. He felt humiliated. He had never lost a game of chess before, and he didn't know what to do. He tried to make a comeback, but it was too late. Susan had already won. He couldn't believe that he had lost to a maid. He felt angry and humiliated, and he wanted to get back at her. He tried to make a comeback, but it was too late. Susan had already won. He couldn't believe that he had lost to a maid. He felt angry and humiliated, and he wanted to get back at her. He tried to make a comeback, but it was too late. Susan had already won. He couldn't believe that he had lost to a maid. He felt angry and humiliated, and he wanted to get back at her. But there was nothing he could do. He had lost, and he had to accept it. He looked at Susan and saw that she was smiling. She had enjoyed the game, and she was happy that she had won. It felt even worse. He had lost to a maid, and she was happy about it. He got up from his chair and walked away. He needed to get out of there. He couldn't believe that he had lost to a maid. He went back to his office and sat down in his chair. He closed his eyes and tried to relax. But he couldn't stop thinking about the game. He had never lost a game of chess before, and he didn't know what to do. He felt humiliated, and he wanted to get back at her.
Ow.
But there was nothing he could do. He had lost, and he had to accept it. He opened his eyes and looked around. He had to do something. He couldn't just sit there and do nothing. He got up from his chair and walked out of the office. He needed to talk to someone. He went to his friend's office and told him everything that had happened. His friend listened to him and then laughed. "You lost to a maid?" he asked. "Yes," Mr. Williams said. "It's humiliating. I can't believe it." His friend stopped laughing and looked at him. "You should be proud of yourself," he said. "You lost to a maid," Mr. Williams said. "It's not funny." His friend shook his head and smiled. "You're the one who's not being funny," he said. "You're the one who invited the maid to play chess. You can't blame me." Mr. Williams was quiet for a moment. He knew that his friend was right. He had invited the maid to play chess, and he had lost. He had to accept it. He thanked his friend for listening to him and went back to his office. He sat down in his chair and closed his eyes. He needed to rest. He had had a long day. When he opened his eyes, he saw that there was a note on his desk. He picked it up and read it. It was from Susan. "Dear Mr. Williams, thank you for playing chess with me today. I had a lot of fun. Sincerely, Susan." Mr. Williams smiled. He had to admit that Susan was a good sport. She had won the game and she was thanking him for playing with her. He felt better now. He wasn't angry anymore. He was just happy that he had met such a nice person like Susan. From that day on, Mr. Williams and Susan became friends. They would often play chess together during lunchtime, and they both enjoyed it. Mr. Williams never forgot the lesson he had learned from Susan. He learned that no matter who you are, you should always be respectful to others. You never know what they might teach you. In conclusion, this story teaches us that we should not underestimate others. We should always be respectful and kind to everyone because we never know what they might teach us. The CEO thought that he was smarter than the maid, but in reality, he was the one who learned from her. If he had not been humble and open-minded, he would not have had the opportunity to meet such a smart and talented person like Susan. What did you think about the CEO's reaction? Do you think that he was right to feel humiliated? Or do you think that he should have been proud of himself for playing against a maid? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.